With the release of nvidia's RTX 4060 Ti and RTX 4060 graphics cards, the next generation of low-cost gaming has just gotten stronger and more inexpensive. But what about the improvement in performance? And does it really cost more than the RTX 3060 Ti, its predecessor? Let's research this. Before we go any deeper, keep in mind that nvidia has released two separate variants of the RTX 4060 Ti GPU. One includes 16GB of VRAM, and the other one features 8GB of VRAM. Apart from that, both these variants have more or less the same internal specifications. With 4352 CUDA cores and boosted clock speed of 2.54 GHz, both these variants features up to 32 ray tracing cores. The new 4060 Ti also comes with 32 MB of L2 cache, along with 128-bit of bus speed, and a total of 165 watts of graphics power. As for the price, both 16GB and 8GB variants start at $499 to $399 respectively. Although the RTX 3060 Ti doesn't have a separate 16GB variant, it does include the 8GB version, which will be our main focus. Now, if we look carefully, the 3060 Ti does have more 4864 CUDA cores, but a less boosted clock speed of 1.67 GHz. At this point, you might be wondering if having fewer CUDA cores will further affect your gameplay experience. To clarify this, nvidia added more L2 cache on the RTX 4060 Ti, and according to them, it reduces the demand for the higher VRAM interface, providing swift performance and power efficiency. As a result, the power requirement for the 4060 Ti is also pretty low, which is 160 watts for the 8GB and 165 watts for the 16GB variant. On the other hand, the RTX 4060 Ti comes with 32 RT cores and 128 Tensor cores. In comparison, the 3060 Ti includes 38 RT cores and 152 Tensor cores, and the numbers are pretty high compared to the current model. But there is a generation gap that over time helps to improve the performance. Another big advantage of this 40 series card is of course the DLSS 3 and the frame generation technology, which is indeed a great reason to look forward to this card. For performance, it is hard to get into right away, since the card has not been officially released yet. But what nvidia has shown us so far, the RTX 4060 Ti seems like great 1080p gaming graphics, with pretty solid performance. As we can see on high settings, it crosses over 200 plus FPS on Microsoft Flight Simulator, with DLSS 3 and frame generation turned on. And even though this is a perfect 1080p card, it is also capable of 1440p gaming as well. In the end, just as we mentioned before, if you're interested in getting a solid 1080p gaming graphics card in 2023, then it is definitely worth purchasing. Otherwise, it would be a wise option to go for a higher model of the RTX 40 series cards, spending a little more extra cash. That was all there was to say about the comparison between the RTX 4060 Ti and RTX 3060 Ti. I appreciate you coming. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below to share your opinions. If you'd like to see more content like this in your feed, subscribe to our channel and click the bell button.